Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure you are enjoying this version of the playoffs. I bet when you saw it starting, you wouldn't think it would be this in-depth, and you wouldn't think that you'd get this much information about the Kenyan music industry. We're with none other than Steve Soulchild. If you haven't watched the episodes before, go back and watch them. Anyway, let me go on. So, Steve-O, now, again, I've been drawn to you because, bang, I had Soulchild taking over. Now I'm drawn to you because the beats that you're chomoring from here in terms of instrumentals are insane with your new producer Gits. Now, thirdly, there's this music video that is on rotation like crazy. I go for my first ever TSO, totally sold out. I've just given my life to Christ. I haven't even told you. I'm giving my life to Christ. The headline artists at that event, Fortaries. The biggest song in the country at that time, M-O-G, me, oh God. After that, after them is DNG. So I come to you and I present to you, I tell you, Amy, I want to shoot my first video ever. And you tell me, hey boss, I'm going to do this thing called, I'm going to Stato, I'll be back. Let's talk when I come back. Why did you go back to America?
So this is now 2006, huh?
No, it's 2005.
5 going to 6, yeah? And going towards 6. So by this time, I kind of want to take a break. I want to go see my brother in Stato and whatnot. And at this time, the whole idea of video now is starting to look viable, yeah? Because the few things I've done seem to have worked, yeah? But I don't have gear, yeah? I don't have anything to shoot with. Anytime I need to shoot, I have to go to film studios or to anybody else who has quality gear to rent and shoot for a day or 2 days and return. So at this time, I really feel the urge to...
In fact, let me ask, apart from film studio, who else were you going to? Or maybe you're going for lights also?
I think it was only film studios at that time who had camera gear. Yeah. There's nobody else. Really.
Who else were you going to?
So by then, I mean, they were the authority. They were the only guys who had pretty much everything you wanted. Yeah, those Kenya grips, but Kenya grips was still coming up. Yeah, Kenya grips was just it was still pretty new, and it was like a faction of film studios. Yeah. So towards this time, I take some few months off and go to US again. Now in US, I find myself having quite a lot of free time. Yeah, like in a day I would have quite a bit of time to
because you're not flipping burgers now.
Yes, yeah. So two things begin to happen now. I'm trying to see how I can get some money from one or two things that I was doing in Kenya, put it together with some other things I was doing there, and raise enough and try and get a camera, yeah, to come back to Kenya with. At the same time, because I have so much time, I started recording music videos from TV in US, yeah. Started recording music videos, and I came up with the idea that maybe if I record enough music videos, I can do a gospel show in Kenya. Because at that time, there was no YouTube, yeah.
The only music show that was there at the time was by Arthur K.
Yes.
And it was called The Stomp.
The Stomp, yes. So at this time, I'm saying to myself, because there's a station, BET Gospel, that just plays nice gospel videos all day, 24 hours. And this is stuff that we really don't have in Kenya. So I was like, let me record them in high quality, yeah? Not to a video cassette, digitally. Let me record them digitally. And if I can get enough of this material, I can probably do shows, you know, like just 1 hour music shows. So I'm doing two things. I'm trying to figure out how to get a camera. At the same time, I'm recording. And one other thing I'm doing, I'm writing a script for a film, yeah, just for fun. So I've written about 7 pages on foolscap paper. The one you write, then you turn around, you write like that, which was more or less like just a treatment for a film at the same time. Because I have so much time, so I'm always watching movies in the house and what have you. So I'm getting ideas. So I come up with an idea, then I'm like, if I'm able to get this camera, there are two things I'll be able to do. I'll be able to go to Kenya and do some music videos and other kind of work, and I possibly could also try and shoot a film when I go back to Kenya. So I'm writing a script, coming up with ideas and whatnot. I'm recording videos from TV that are running all the time. At the same time, I'm trying to see how to get a camera. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to get a camera while I'm there, and able to come back to Kenya with all these things. So I came with a lot of music videos that are now in digital quality. Yeah. And then I've also come with a camera. Yeah.
What was the camera?
It was a Panasonic DVX 100.
Before that,
Now,
who had that?
before that, the person who influenced me to buy this camera, once again, is my mentor, Mr. Ted Josiah, who also had the same camera. And let me tell you what was happening at this time. Ted Josiah had shot a video called Bless My Room for Necessary Noise.
Be to the most high. Jah Rastafari. Walk fire. Blaze it up. Necessary noise. Necessary noise. Walk fire. Necessary noise. In the youth. This unnecessary noise. In the youth. This unnecessary noise. In the youth. This unnecessary noise. In the youth. That's my room when I wake up early in the morning. Say a prayer and I'll be okay. If you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. As for guys, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get on you to better pray, oh you better pray, and watch all your problems just fly away.
Yeah. And by this time, Necessary Noise had one of the hottest records, I would say, to date
Necessary Noise too.
in Kenyan history. Yeah. It was just it was an outstanding album, yeah. And then they shot Kenyan Boy, Kenyan Girl video. I don't know who directed it. It was a good video. And then came Bless My Room, which looked like a state-of-the-art video, yeah. And then it was shot with a camera that had a technology that was ahead of other technologies, so the images and everything were just looking like something done with $1 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because everything before that was being shot on camcorders.
Yes. Before
minus
yes.
the random
Yes.
film studio.
And before that, everybody was either shooting in a club with club lights or shooting in the estate and whatnot. So videos before that was so predictable, and were not. They didn't have that advanced image technology that Ted had. So I remember asking Ted, "What did you use to shoot Bless My Room? Because it looks like you shot with a Hollywood camera, you know." And he's the first guy who told me there's a camera, it's called Panasonic DVX, yada 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 yada. He gave me the details. So that's the camera I was out for, you know. That's the camera I was looking for, because I knew what it could do, and I knew how much it would be able to change the face of what we are doing in Kenya.
Of just video quality.
Yes, because after watching Bless My Room, I was sold. I was more than convinced.
Something as small as pixelation.
Yes.
That's what that thing changed.
Yes. It had just simple, not really, I wouldn't call it simple, but it had basic film camera properties that would now make you look like Jodeci.
It all goes back to
Again, you know, so with this, that's what I was out for. And I knew, and I was very clear that that's what I needed to be able to come back and do the things that needed to get done. Yeah. So I was lucky enough and I was fortunate enough, and when I came back with it, I was able to start shooting quite a number of music videos at that point in time. That's when we shot Close Your Eyes.
No, imagine I'm still at my aunt. I haven't even talked to my folks in like 4 months. He's denied. Imagine, he's saying it's not even his. Seriously, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just pray for me, please. Just pray.
Close your eyes for a moment if you know that he died. Open up your eyes wide if you know he's alive. Yes, yes, yes. Close your eyes for a moment if you know that he died. Open up your eyes wide if you know he's alive. Yes.
Which also
And let me say, I think Close Your Eyes unfortunately was a bit too ahead. We moved too many steps fast.
yes,
You get what I mean?
yes,
I remember I took the video to Arthur. He was like, why does it have a storyline? Why is there this small scene in before the video?
Yes.
The video just needs to start.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
yes,
But I remember he kept telling me, I like the sharpness of the video.
yes,
I like the clarity of the video.
Correct.
Because before that,
yes.
clarity wasn't a thing that
Yes.
was understood.
Because before then there was no Canon DSLR. You see, Canon DSLR came and was a game changer internationally,
Yes.
not even just in Kenya.
In fact,
Yeah.
the person who came after you was it was Lenses.
Yes,
Lenses
Ogopa.
came after you.
Yes, Ogopa video.
And Nonini's lens.
Yes.
Because Nonini had
He had that lens that was added on the front of a DV camera with an adapter.
Exactly.
And now his video started looking world class. Yeah.
But yours,
Yes.
I remember the night and day difference. I remember taking the video for Close Your Eyes. Unfortunately,
Yes.
Close Your Eyes didn't get played as much as I wanted to get played.
Yes.
Unless it was on your station.
Yes.
But what made me proud of that video was the clarity change as compared to the norm.
Yes.
For me, it was the only gospel video at the time that I could put next to Votaries.
Yes. Precisely.
Yeah.
And as a result of this, a lot of things began to change.
So you come with that. You come
Yes.
now with you get your money. You buy the camera.
Yes.
You come back to
Yes.
the country.
Yes. And by this time, the bar is getting higher, both music and even in videos. Yeah. Now people are starting to script. People are starting to have proper direction. Yeah. People are starting to now do creative lighting and
Yeah,
what
we're
have you.
talking 2005 now.
We're in 6 now. Yeah.
2006,
6 going towards 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So by this time, predominantly, I have taken a little bit of a break from producing music, and now I'm concentrating on shooting videos. 207, we're doing quite a number of videos. At the same time, I've packaged a demo
Yes.
for a show.
Another game changer.
Yes,
That.
and this show is the result of all those videos I was recording when I was bored in US. Yeah, and now I get a very good motion graphics designer who can do proper intros and proper graphics in between and animate stuff on the screen and whatnot. So basically, we now have a fancy looking gospel show. The beat is already running, not beat, sorry, the stomp.
The Storm
is
is
running
the
by
only
this
show.
time, yes. So now this is an alternative to the stomp.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay. So Steve-O, the only show at this time was what year are we talking about? 2005, 6.
This is 206, and 206 is now ending.
Okay. So the only gospel show at the time is the beat. Is not the beat, sorry.
The stomp.
Is the stomp.
Correct.
Which only plays on Sato.
Yes.
Now we've gotten lucky. He's even been added some small slot on Sunday.
Yes.
You get? There's no other place on TV that gospel music gets played
Yes.
until
Yeah.
you. Tell us a story.
So here we are. I've compiled a demo, 7-minute demo. There were actually 2 demos. There are 2 versions of this show that we were trying to sell, one or the other or both. Yeah, and one version had a presenter. So we had Pastor Brian King presenting on one of the shows.
Pastor Brian King, you've been with in Votaries and
Yes.
all that, yeah.
So he's one of the presenters for one of the shows. And then the other was just a pure music mix, just video mix, like video after the other, more or less like the stomp or the beat at this time. And so here I am walking around with both versions of this show that was later going to be called U-Turn. So I go to Citizen, and everybody's like, dude, like, why are you taking such a dope show to Citizen? Yeah. I guys are like, man, KTN is the hottest thing. This show needs to be in KTN. Why have you talked to them? So because of that pressure, I actually found myself trying to approach KTN to see whether they could screen the show, but I never got anywhere with that deal. So I go back to Citizen. NTV already have a show. I mean, NTV already have a show, so they're not going to buy another one.
They're good.
So Citizen is the only guy. If not Citizen, we go to KBC, which was not going to be viable. So Citizen, it's Citizen, and it has to be Citizen.
There's no K24
Yeah,
at this
and there's
time,
no K24 this time. So it's
There's no digital TV.
Yeah, so it's make it or make it on Citizen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm introduced to the head of television at this time. His name is Michael Ndete. And I thank God for one thing, he actually gave me time. He actually allowed me to sit in his office and present for him the thing. And Michael Ndete is those tough guys.
So you're the one who's edited this show, eh?
Yes, I've edited.
Now
but
you've become a full-blown editor.
Yes, but I had a motion graphics guy. It's called Isaac Gem. It's very good.
So motion graphics mean the lower thirds and all those things.
Yes,
the way the U-turn comes, the beginning of
No, I couldn't do that. So I got someone to help me do that. Yeah. So now we have a nice package. There was a 5-minute show and a 7-minute show. The 7-minute show had a presenter. Pastor Brian King was the presenter.
Hold on, just say that again. You had a how long show?
These are now pilots, demos.
Oh, pilot. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So there was a 7-minute pilot for one type of a show and a 5-minute pilot for another type. So the 7-minute one had a presenter.
Okay.
So Pastor Brian King was the presenter, and it was more or less like an MTV show with a presenter and then videos follow.
A straight up.
Yes, pretty much. And then the other one was just a music mix. No talk, no people, no nothing, no presenter, just video after video.
The gospel version of the
Yes,
beats.
exactly, like a mix. So I approached Michael Ndete and I give him both. And for some reason, Michael Ndete is like, I don't think the one with the presenter can work. Not that the presenter is bad, but I just don't. It's just gonna be logistically a lot of issues, and we're not interested. So he said, I'll consider the video mix one. Yeah, give me some time and let me think about it, and we'll talk about it. I'll present it to some people in the station, and we'll see what the network has to say about it. Yeah. This is my first pitch to television ever. I have no idea on how television works. I don't know the formats. I don't know anything. I've just given him a DVD. And so I begin to hound Michael Ndete with calls all the time. Yeah. And this goes on for probably over 6 months.
What?
Going to the office, Mike is in a meeting, leave a message, come later, calling him, nothing's working. Call, to the point where I think he even knew that every Monday between 11 and maybe 12 noon, this guy called Steve Ominde is gonna call and ask me about his show. Yeah. And the answer was always the same. He'd always tell me, I've not heard anything from the directors, so I don't have an answer for you. And this went on perpetually, indefinitely, until the month of November. It was a week to schools closing. So I go to Mike's office without an appointment, and I walk in and we sit down and I tell Mike, look, man, schools are closing next week. This is the show that kids need to be watching when they get out of school. Yeah. Next weekend is the weekend. We either run it or we don't continue talking about this project. And that's the day that the decision was made. It was made a week before schools closed for November of 2006. And the next day I was called to come and sign a contract. A 1-year contract for U-Turn. And that is how U-Turn went on air. After that I was given the terms and I was told how to deliver, I was told how to package it and how it should come to the station and how it should come every week, at least 3 days to Saturday. That was the condition.
So let me get this straight. This was your orientation into TV.
Yes. Baptism by fire.
Without understanding format, without understanding anything.
Nothing.
This was you going onto TV.
Yes. Me, I just knew music videos can run on TV and they can be edited in a studio.
And you were getting paid.
Yes, there was some payment for it. And that's how I learned the whole trade of television.
Okay, so now what did that do for you? Because now you're earning revenue from compiling music videos.
Yes.
At the same time, you've got this camera that you've just come back with.
Yes.
That nobody else has.
Yes.
Let's call a spade a spade. Maybe you or Ted or 3 people have. But when I say nobody, I mean it's not like the camera I have now a Canon 5D or whatever 7D. Everybody has this. You get what I mean?
Yes.
We can all shoot what I'm shooting with you. Maybe they don't have access to you as much as I do, but anybody could have done. Everybody can do these concepts.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
It was different. People couldn't shoot music videos. There's a demand for music videos. There's a demand for distribution platforms, and U-Turn
Yes.
is a distribution platform.
Yes. And what I decided to do with U-Turn, because it was a 1-year contract, and I wanted to play as much music as I could. So I did not want to be biased. I did not want to be that guy who people say we took the video to him and he never played, because that's what I went through with Rapcore MSC and all the other videos that I tried to put on air. Yeah. So I remember there are videos we had a little countdown on the show.
Yes.
We received videos every week or every other week. Quality was going up. And so we played as much as we can. I remember you had a video called In the Name of Jesus. I think we played it for 3 months every weekend.
That song got me nominated for KORAs.
Yes.
Because of the amount of rotation that it got.
We played that video so much and so many other videos. So it was not a platform for me to show the videos I've shot.
Hey, dude, thanks.
It was
By the way, for it.
Yeah.
I know you never shot In the Name of Jesus.
Yeah.
But thank you for playing it.
We played it. We played it as much as we could. U-Turn was not a platform for me to showcase my work. U-Turn was a platform to advance the gospel industry, to move it further, yeah, to move it forward from where it was, yeah. And I think it served its purpose in the 1 year that it ran on television. It was a great opportunity. A lot of people got out through that channel, and a lot of good things came out of that show. So it was one of those things that I'm very happy that I once did. And
the industry, retrospective, it's so good to have been there before U-Turn. It's so good to be there after U-Turn.
Yes.
And so I'm able, in an authoritative position, to talk about the struggles it was as an artist trying to get music played on U-Turn, not on U-Turn, on the Stomp. And it's because he had limited time, and it was the only space every musician could get played on.
Yes.
You get, and he had a certain audience he had to play to, Asake.
Yes.
You get. But I see the introduction of U-Turn, and even through U-Turn, the introduction of very many other shows.
Yes.
U-Turn opened the door to be like, okay, the Beat has got this. I mean, NTV has got this. Citizen has got this. KTN need a gospel show.
Yes.
The gospel music industry as a whole exploded.
Yes.
But now let's talk about you, because now you moved on. The thing I keep, when people ask me, tell me about Steve-O, what would you say about Steve-O? I say Steve-O's gift is that he's a pioneer. Steve-O's weakness is that he's a pioneer. So Steve-O is always thinking about the next thing. You get? Yes. And he's always the first to get there. You get? Yes. So now I'll use the example of, as soon as this thing happens, the next thing I'm hearing, you have moved to movies. And you're shooting a movie.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yes. So
if that's next in line in the story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless there are other things you want to talk about.
Well, other than the fact that we did a number of videos and we worked on even campaigns for, this was around the election period in 2007, and there was all these youth campaigns. I worked with Eric Wainaina closely. I think I shot him about 4 music videos together with material for our youth. For Eric Wainaina? Yeah. Like what music video did you shoot? 2020, the one with Oliver Mutuku.
No way!
We shot a video.
Steve, okay, stop. Let's wait the movie.
We shot Adhiambo. We shot another one called Too Far From Home. We shot at least.
Did you shoot Mariana?
No.
Okay, but first of all, 2020 was huge.
Yeah.
Because it even got Orange endorsement.
Yes.
Bongo denas, zunguka zunguzuka neni. Kuja nami, tuungane twache kuzozana. Wajua upendo, hauna dui, hauna kifanika. Takabata na sabate.
Tell us about what it was working with Oliver Mtukudzi. I had a privilege to meet him last year.
I was starstruck the whole time. I mean, it's those situations whereby you can forget to hit record because you're starstruck and you're in the presence of greatness, you know. I mean, these are the real African pioneers, the African greats, you know. And so just the chance to just, you know, be with him on a set was daunting, but at the same time, it was, you know, it was a great experience.
You're the one who shot that video?
Yeah, 2020. Yeah. It was on Town on a Sunday, and there was a casting call, pretty much a call for extras to show up on Sunday.
How did it even start? Who approached you?
Well, I'd been working with Eric by this time. You see what it is? Huh? Mm-hmm. At my church, Mavuno, Eric we were meeting with him there every night. And then I remember there was this one Sunday when the church had asked me to come and film something for the service. So I was walking around with the camera after service, yeah? And I meet with Eric, and Eric is like, oh, okay, oh, you shoot videos? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you have something I can see? Can I see some of your work? So I think I had a DVD or something with some videos I gave him, and we started talking, you know. And he had quite a lot of work because he was working on a play called Luanda. Yeah, he was working on a musical called Luanda, and as he was working on Luanda, they needed some kind of documentation of the process. Yeah, so he used to tell me, come to the go down. Tomorrow we're doing rehearsal. I need some rehearsals to be shot. I need 1 or 2 guys to be interviewed. This, that. So
because you were randomly holding a camera in church.
Yeah, it was after service. I was on my way home, and Eric was there, and I'd gone to shoot for the church and give the church the material. I mean, I'd been asked by the pastor, so I did it. So after service, we meet up with Eric and we have that conversation and whatnot. And then he says, let me see some of your work. At this time, he's shooting, he's doing pre-production for a very huge stage play, Luanda, and he needs material to show the genesis and the process of how he got to making the whole thing.
People who say that in the world there's only, in the history of mankind, there've only been 10 stories that have ever been told. And in a sense, Luanda is very similar to the story of Samson and Delilah. But if there's one thing that's very universal about it, it's the fact that there's a true human story of these great human virtues of heroism, of love, and of the challenges that he faces as a character.
So he'd call me randomly and tell me, we're at the go down tomorrow from 2 p.m. Can you come and just capture about 10-20 minutes? Then the next time he'll tell me, we have a practice session in the studio. We need to document. Can you come? So I was gathering for him material. And as I was gathering for him material, then we decide.
You form a relationship.
Yeah, Oliver Mtukudzi is coming this Friday. On Sunday, let's shoot in town. Yeah. So a call is made for extras to show up in town on Sunday at 8 a.m. at Utalii House. And then from Utalii House, they'll be given instructions on what they're supposed to do. And so we had a little script and treatment on what we wanted to do for that particular shoot. And that's how 2020 got shot. And maybe 2 or 3 other music videos of his. So by this time, we've worked closely. I get a chance to work also with Pili Pili, Circuit, who is my long-term friend from rap community days. Calls me one day, hey, Stevo, niko na artist. nataka mshutie video. So I'm like, okay, you know, so you know, I get introduced to Pilipili and we go and we shoot a nice, brilliant video.
You shot Pilipili's video?
Twende ndani. So, you know, all these things are happening around the same time, yeah? And then as we're working, there's the whole, we're now shooting campaigns for peaceful voting. That was before 2007 elections. So there was a campaign called Umoja Pamoja that was being run by Eric Wainaina and his company at that time. So I was in charge of doing some of the video and whatnot. So work is going on, but at the same time, there's a concept that is burning that needs to get done in form of a film. Yeah.
That started in America.
Yes, it was a script that was written for the heck of passing time, and now here I am. I have a camera, and I'm ready to try. Yeah, I'm ready to try. So I approach a renowned producer